me not stress. Me live me life and me not stress.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's your girl Fundi Ntshwanti, I'm gonna say for your lady friend on radio. But right now we are YouTubing with at Culture TV. Please don't forget to subscribe. Guys, we can never stress this enough because niyabukela, and thank you very much. We appreciate you, but you don't click subscribe. Please, subscribe. We are hashtag what happened to Sponsor. And this is one of those reaction type of videos that we did before, so we decided to do another one because this is we are almost at the end of the season, so we are reacting from episode number 5, which I did with Lady Slice. Shout out to you, my babe. It was so much fun. Let's get to it. Carnivals, are you here?
Yeah.
Are you here? Oh, are you shy?
I'm present.
Awesome. So here kukhona bathi bane crush ku Ladies Life.
I saw that one.
Crush yakhe. I feel that one was so much fun, and I feel ukuthi guys ninabo man ubu sexist obutile. Let me call you out. I'm going to call you out because that video or that episode was not watched as many times as ezinye is no booties. But I see people asking, there should be more ladies, there should be more ladies. You don't watch Ladies.
I wonder why.
Please subscribe to the channel and please watch all the episodes on the channel. Still bugelwa nathi siz Ladies sanbanje, please. That episode was fire, by the way. It was so much fun. We're clicking, we're vibing with my girl, and Connie commented choyo actually, Papa. I love how you two are vibing together. Yeah, we had so much fun.
Yeah, there was
so
chemistry there.
So much fun.
Chemistry.
You see, I call and work to our girls don't like each other. We love each other. Anywho, moving along to episode number 6, which is Image Gazli Humusha. Yawn fest. Yawn fest. Yawn. Oh my God. Yawn.
Why is it?
Because yawn fest. I feel like Image just, he didn't show up.
Yeah.
He didn't show up that day, and quite frankly, he didn't even. I had this conversation with someone else, and they said, Image cheated me on that episode. I'm like, no, he didn't cheat on me. He cheated on him because artists are here to tell their story, not my story.
Yeah.
And they're not doing me a favor. Also, come on. So if you are going to come to the podcast and you're not gonna talk and you're not gonna tell your story and you're not gonna answer his, I understand but everything.
Yeah, I thought it by be personality.
Dude,
I
had nothing to
know
say
the
about
guy, but
anything.
I thought it was his personality. I think
Because no, it's not. Because like I'm irritated. I still love you though, Image, but damn, bro, you could have too.
But I think that you jinxed the interview. What is our interview?
I said it in the middle of it. No, I said that in the middle of it when I realized, I know. I think I said it in the middle and at the last dose.
The last part.
Yes, yeah. I think I said because I was just like, yon first mchana, because also, how do you say, Image, you have this track, your nomtu that's out there, and then you don't want to tell us? Because how are we going to find out? Because you also said, streams. So how are we going to listen?
I think content because there are so many people out there that have always wanted to know, but except Image, why happy?
And apparently, he's the OG Image. He's one of those that we were hoping to get information about the crews that back in the days, as a moon kung fung chung.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was Oskolele. But Zinitha's cruise, man, that were actually.
Yeah, I think
dominating.
Nick Magita had mentioned there's those crew Fu Manchu. Yeah, that's the name. Like apparently he was supposed, because Nick is here saying Image just told you about Uket. He was part of the crew called Fu Manchu, the first ever group that I came across doing hip hop in Xhosa and English back in the 90s. He was such a talent and he's still alive. He even won a Gem Blaster called Gem Ailey, dope lyricist and producer, and sang. That means he was working with this guy, so he had information, and we got nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing. So
maybe can not maybe blame it probably on the questions that you've asked him, and then
no, because you know why? Because if you listen to what Nick is saying Image just told you guys about okay. So he took us there. He mentioned Ababan, but didn't take us to details of the stories. And obviously, Tina, we don't know what happened, so we won't know what to ask according to Long.
Yeah,
I mentioned he needed to give us the details. So yeah,
next time, man.
Maybe. We don't see you coming back season 3. Anywho, we move on. Right there, we move on. After Image Gazle Khumusha, we had Sim. I feel Uguti le episode Sim, which was episode number 7. I feel ngenye man abantu bayozoleleyo, yes.
Too much. There was so much gems that were dropped in the episode. I think you need to actually listen or watch that episode twice or 3 times in order for it to actually we understand.
It takes me back to episode 1 of season 2.
Exactly,
the
Crosby,
which was very educational. I felt good in now. People, you slept on that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were watching probably those episodes thinking, Uti, there's going to be controversial
and drama
stuff that is going to be shared.
Sex videos.
It was just
not in the house vibes.
Fundi, so yeah, but yeah, man, if you guys go and watch it again, definitely you'll learn something or two.
Well, even Umsai was there on the comments again. Shout out to you, Umsai, a well-spoken Hrotman. Really enjoyed this episode, man. So yeah, about people like Umsai, they watch because he even goes and says, but I have to disagree with him on the poetry aspect of Ispaza, if not none. There is a small number of people who aren't poetic in their rap songs, even on Ispaza, unless Umkuluwa mistakes poetry with content you talk about in your music.
That's Umsai for you.
Yeah.
He'll break it down.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Msai.
Yeah, but I love it because, John, there's also people like who saying, well said, that. I mean, I love it. So people that really paid attention and listened and watched the episode, they got Lindo Site Tayo Bana. Go ahead, guys. Watch it again.
Absolutely.
It's not... Yes, it's not a bad thing to watch it again.
Watch it again. And it's on YouTube. You can repeat
until you
know.
And of course, we can never not have a comment section about request artists.
Oh
my God. I think we should address this now because I thought I was going to address it like later
at a later stage.
And
I think you need to tell them now.
Yeah, before I do, please subscribe. So, guys, listen. With regards to your request, I'm going to say this again. I've said it in the reaction video YouTube. We spoke to Drimanskap. Drimanskap declined. Decline means abafuna ukuza kwi-podcast. Manibeke icace, guys. Abafuna ukuza kwi-podcast. They said a content yethu of this specific podcast because we say what happened to Spaza, right? So that's not their vibe right now. But Ibona, they don't want to talk about their past. They want to keep it moving. So they want to talk about them celebrating 20 years in the game, but they don't want to talk about how they got to 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
within that 20 years. Because definitely not everyone, like you've mentioned this, I don't know how many times, no artist Espaza has had a rosy journey. You know? So Story Sako would actually be motivating.
Do you know how many inboxes I got after episode Kamangoba? People saying, "Oh my God, how sad."
They love it and it's very sad. That's why I said on this other caption,
it's not rosy.
It's very funny but sad at the same time.
It's so. That's why I said it was so many emotions. But as but guys, we spoke to Drummanskap. They don't want to come. We have to respect. I mean, no hard feelings. It does not mean that we're fighting with them. We still respect it, Drummanskap, and shout out to them. And they said to us, shout out to you guys. We're watching the podcast, so shout out to you, Drummanskap, for watching.
I love the boys. I love the boys.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
I did it for the last time today.
Oh my God. We spoke. Ubuzwe even went and spoke to El Nino on a separate capacity because he's no longer with the crew. And now El Nino declined, guys. Again, naye uthi akakho kwisitiz of talking about what happened because I think eyona nto ngabo they're not ready to tell ukuthi why bengasekho together.
But that's not the point. Asas Babus alone about why they're not together.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, maybe you might drop on something, but
no. I will.
Okay.
Definitely.
People
want to know. It's not me though. People want to know.
It's the fans.
It's not me.
In fact, earlier on today, I told them it's not even us.
It's not us. Yeah.
It's your fans. So at the end of the day, if you are not going to come through and talk to your fans, but you don't respect and you don't love your fans.
Yeah, it's not
simple
us.
as that.
Same is Ukanyi. People ask of Ukanyi. We've sent Ukanyi a couple of requests. She hasn't replied. But I'll say this about Ukanyi. Ukanyi, the first season of the podcast, she agreed to come. And we were supposed to shoot. And Ubuzwe, my producer, did not show up. I'm going to put you under the bus. Because I'm going to put you under the bus.
But I gave you my reasons why. Yeah. Dude, I gave you the reasons about why we couldn't.
I know, you gave reasons, but that's what happened, guys. Yeah, Ukanye was there, ready to shoot the episode. Season 1 already. And then we rescheduled with her. She agreed. But must reschedule. We rescheduled, but then COVID happened. Then we couldn't shoot Ukanye. So Okwangu was for season 2. I think she's still a bit like pissed, but so hopefully she will be I accept your apology.
I'm really sorry, Kanye.
We're sorry, Kanye.
I stood you guys up. I'm sorry.
and let me take one for the team. We are sorry.
Yeah.
We are sorry. It was definitely not me. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Moving on to I don't know if I should do a reaction on the reacting video that we did.
No.
Because also I'm going to move on to the episode DAT.
Mr. Sound Guy, where's the sound engineer?
When are we doing this pop-up thing with a podcast? Pop-up. Please pop-up. Please pop-up, man. Yo, this episode, guys, DAT episode 8. Shoo! Like, I don't even know where to start, right? Because so much was said, and Ian Sabana, people went from saying, yo, I thought Uezo was my favorite. This one is my favorite. Abanya like, hi, so far, Madness is number 1, and then Debt is number 1. Debt is number 1. Abanya came back from saying, Madness is number 1 to saying good Debt. So DAT is currently sitting on number 1 so far. But abanye are still saying Azo is my number one. So it got a lot of reaction as I thought it would. I mean, good lo. The man,
the legend,
does not
sure.
sugarcoat.
The only thing I can say about him, he came for everything, you know, and he gave us everything. Nezi betina, singers anticipating about us. So,
because as you know, really, this is what I was saying. Go image. Yeah, but with Dad, you ask a question and he takes it. He goes and he runs with the question. Yeah, that's what you do. I feel as a radio person, as an interviewer, most of the time, even on radio, not even artists, but it's especially gay artists, people, you don't know how to handle yourselves gay interviews. Hey, let me just call a spade here. Like you need to do classes of if you're gonna pay me, I'll teach you
how to handle interviews.
Yeah.
Actually, it's part of
for
EPR and all of that.
It's part of the PR and if you artist in a manager and that artist still can't handle themselves interviews, that manager needs to be fired. Fire that manager. Fire that manager. Anywho,
Fundi is offering classes.
I'm offering classes, guys. I can give you classes of handling yourselves, get interviews, how to answer questions, and how not to answer questions, but ube occupy some sort of detail. Yeah, but that's also some. It says a lot about your artistry, Nje, and it says a lot about when doing the interview, because also remember, you don't want to do an interview just for the sake of doing an interview. You want people to take from that interview, and you want people to remember you from that interview. So if uzokwenza interview sokubaphinde sokulibale, waste of time.
It needs to land.
Exactly, it must land somewhere. My land, bruh. Maybe at the Clapwood or at the airport. This is what I'm talking about. Of Abandu is saying Abongi the Tuli parties is like Azo was number one. Now that is number one by far. No one can move him. I supported Ispaza when the movement is already when the movement was already dying, because I didn't even see those battles live, and I only had DAT as someone who did award shows and won most of them. But now I have all the insight. He's very intelligent. He's a true leader, like any other true leader you crucified. I hope he continues to give us his energy once more. Thanks, Culture TV. I just don't get why you only have 1 hour for this biggest podcast in the land.
It was not 1 hour. It was more than 1 hour.
Guys, we're sorry, man. We're sorry, but I imagine having it longer. But I get them, Shem. I get where you're coming from. I get why you would like to have it more, because sometimes because even DAT was still on sound.
Yeah, it was still on fire.
At that time. Yeah, and more.
And I am prepared, He was all swagged up as well. He was here.
How I love that. This is another thing about, you're getting me into this thing. You go school artist about interviews. Then stuff for free. But I wanted to charge them niggas. That's another thing about interviews. Did you see Azo? You dress up, my guy. Yeah. Dress up, my guy. You must look the part. When you are doing an interview, you take yourself seriously.
Number one.
It's not about taking me or the podcast. Take yourself seriously. People are going to take you seriously. Interview interview should not be about the interviewer.
It should be about you.
It should be about you if you know your stuff, especially interviews as in J, where you get to tell your story. How is it that I get to shine? Come on, my guy. Come on. Yeah, but anywho, this episode I will end. I don't think those funders will get the reactions about
maybe two. Just read two.
Okay. Balumfundo Ashe, good interview by the legend himself. Ungena Ezulu, Icimi TV. Salute DAT and koshwing
Naba ingoma yakhe wayeyenzile.
Or uthi good interview by legend himself if ungena izulu cima iTV. I don't know. Also uthi please get Retex another request. Also, if it's possible, please try to get those people that their names were dropped by UDAT on this interview. Those people, he says, they killed the hip-hop Gaslam. But overall, nice interview. So much information.
Yeah. I know. My man, like, I even got to follow this guy. What? You guys were talking about him. So, yeah, I was stalking him. So, probably will invite him. Is he
still one? Yeah, I love Waka. We should get him.
Yeah. So, and also when it comes to the interview, got that. I see there were actually a lot of names that were dropped by but Fundi mentioned earlier on, we've tried to actually get those people, you know, but
but the name dropping the name dropping Ateta Mfundo is the part where Dad says Umanes, Utabimbongo, Umandis Sindo, they killed Ispas. Because the question was, do you think it is like, yeah. And you mentioned Umanes. And yeah, that kind of took Facebook by storm. People were like, oh, Manes.
In my life, as I mentioned on something, I comment. I didn't comment. I'm like, I think it's bad.
I'm so happy that firstly, Umanes did not Abene feels man, or some type of way, because as niggas would be on their feelings about that.
Yeah,
but
throwing tantrums.
Yeah, because people were actually throwing tantrums on Manes's behalf, whereas Manes was not throwing tantrums. And Umanes even was like, no, guys, go and listen to that interview. From what perspective?
What context?
Exactly. Manes was that one.
Yeah. Intentionally doing
they
it.
did not know.
Exactly. And so, also, I wanted to actually say regarding the debt. What was it now? Oh yeah, people are asking on inbox, like say, why man ngambuzanga party awards?
Yeah, I got that. Apparently, he even won best female artist.
Someone tagged me when he posted like, can you confirm this? The best female award. The hell? You get scared of my party, eh?
Hey guys, come on. Best female award. Best newcomer.
Best chicken. Best group. What do you have? Oh man.
Maybe we should bring him back.
He needs to explain that part. I think we missed that part.
I didn't know, guys. Alone, yes. I didn't know. If I knew, I would have asked. Best believe, because gag. We would have asked if we had known, guys. Gag. So anyway,
song of the year.
Ban omnye city yena Magamum Sai. Sai is always on there. We appreciate you.
Sai is the day one.
Appreciate you.
Since Ulando season 1, he's been there.
We appreciate you, man. Ngubanu IL Skundla. But it reminds me brought in Okanye Mavi or Okanye. I still need to do more research. Ngokbencinga iGrootman izayibeka icacile ye hate engaka for iDrumans Cup. Yo ha isibhaza sasebenzisa man.
Too much work. Amachita ashiya nomsebenzi. The homework he needs. There are so many things that are not explained, you know. No.
That's why I actually replied Kulela Nduga, and I said maybe it's not hate towards the German Cup, but unanswered questions. Yeah, but because we have so many answered questions, and go get sounder, or it looks like people are hating on 3, but I don't think people will ever hate on 3. But people are just 3 has never been really opened with the masses with regards to what's happening. Yeah, but I don't know for them, they feel the only thing they owe people is music. That's it. which I don't agree with. If that's what if balapo, I don't agree with that. Anywho, moving on to the next episode, which is the last one. Mangoba, Menkiwi, my boy. I love this boy. I think this by far this was my favorite.
Yeah, look, to be honest, percentage reactions on this one, it's quite high. It's still dominating for the past 6 days. It's been number one,
Really?
Yeah, in terms of the reactions and also views.
Shout out to Mankiw.
That's the only video that I've seen with almost 800 viewers within a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because years, but this one, people love this boy.
People love this boy. I love this boy. Mankiw. And also, it's still Mangoba, man. So real. Yeah. And Mangoba is such, the example of being of handling an interview and shine. That's exactly what I was talking about. Umangoba was shining throughout the interview, from the very first go up to the last question of the interview.
And on this one, now you didn't even ask so much.
Because I didn't have to. This is the thing. People think that Fundi, we are madness. Guys, the only time I ask a question after question is if the artist is not saying anything. Then sitting minute dead as.
But even on this one, I think you also missed one very special question that you always ask groupies. Groupies. You didn't ask that one.
But I kind of did Mosgu when he said he went out with this other chick.
But it was different content.
It was, I know, but you got him done. I was so spoiled for that boy.
I do.
I'm not gonna lie, I am
But
yeah, let's go to comments quickly. There's Litha Paya City Walaza. Perform. Uti, thank you, Mangoba, for sharing your story. Mkilige's name has come out on all the guests we've had. He had great impact on the movement. I believe his passing dropped the game so much. Actually, that's something I didn't realize. Yes, but Kamaliga, I know that Kamalake has come out a lot, but I didn't realize almost every
Pizzo,
obviously.
Image. Not DAT did also mention.
He did. Yeah. No, but Shem, we can never not say Ntshwanti was. Yeah, no, he was the spa. He was the spas.
Yeah, maybe honest.
He was in the house.
Which
he was in the house. He was in the house in his own special way. He was in the house. And then there was Bravo LaRue. Shout out to you. I said shout out to Amachrot man like Lana for crawling and in order for us to walk and run. Wow, man. So true.
So there's learnings, a lot of artists need to actually, take note of. Like what you probably saying, Amachita had to go through the struggle, in order for them to be able to walk in the street with their chest up and their shoulders high,
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think that's the whole point, really. Yeah. That's the whole point, because I remember when we had the interview with eHype magazine, which you should look out for. We had the interview with the eHype magazine. Shout out to Sabs for that. Anywho, when we spoke about Ezozindo, us doing the podcast as a bridge to now speak to the youngings, as much as by now we are talking to OGs of the game, them letting us know how was their journey and what Ubani did and who did what. Yeah, so it would be now nice to hear from the youngings. From Ubani, I took this and this is what I did with it. Yeah, because somehow it distance between the youngings and the OGs.
Yeah,
because because you don't see the OGs wanting to work with the youngings. I mean, I even on Hype magazine interview, I gave a shout out to Phoenix specifically and Upizo, because for me those are the only two that I know about work sebenza with and want to, because Upizo even wrote on what's this girl's name? The Alpha.
Holy Alpha.
Yes. Peter even wrote on Iwalka Alpha. Or Phoenix has been working with the youngings. Or Empire. The rest of Ilanduki V2V. And Konezi boys Asetanun. Or Young O. They're so young. Phoenix has been working with them. So shout out to Ezo OGs that have never closed the doors on the youngings. I want to take another comment quick of, hey, there's quite big names on this main Q episode. There's Pizzo, I see, Msai again, Flashy Gumkani. Flash is here saying one of my favorite Xhosa rappers. I know, right? And then MK, the Prince, is also here. A city. MK, watching this again. And that
that's why you had to play it again.
Yeah, again. Even Nalanda Sikuyo, Ayoda, gosh, guys.
Amela, to be honest, but lyrically, he's dope. And with storytelling,
yes.
I think in the interview he took it as a thing at Jonga. He's recording something like a track or an album, but he was just
so funny. He was so funny. When he said, for those who didn't watch and maybe won't get the line, you need to watch the interview. It's when Umangoba said that Lumlungu we Pioneer took his money. Well, I'm nigga only 200. Ekbembe pataliwe for a gig. And Umangoba couldn't ask for imali yake gig because uthi is their English. You know nangekho nadi English. And then go nakulenda sikuyo badida yabeluka.
And I'm sure I know susi ndaba.
Exactly. Also, I'm like, it's your money and you are worried about making noise. 200.
Sometimes there's a man I'm like have that way of brushing you off and then being out. Even though you know you work so hard to earn this amount of money.
Yeah.
But I know once I got alone.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I actually have a story. I hate Tamadi.
Okay, love you, food.
I hate her. Kapida. Decline. But I'm
sure if I'm about the podcast, you guys will like the episode. You will hear and also like this land we get this bonelong on this correcting like say hey the group.
Yeah, I know, man. Connie, man. There's a lot there we need to still.
But yeah, we are not the people to
Utabo, I want to go to this one. Utabo Mampinja is on some. A Kidio interview would break the internet. Umchita sim everything. Quispaza zong. I think we sim everything. Quispaza zong. Era a true goat.
Yeah, true that.
You requested nicely. Yeah, requested nicely.
Yeah, we forgot the landuk. Like he's putting the reasons, but why? To actually bring him home. Yeah, no, shout out to Kido as well, man, for he's been there, he's an OG, as we've mentioned previously. He was also the bridge between the OGs to the new school, because Umculo Wake has been far ahead of his time before we even knew who etc. People will be rapping and you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, we need him, man. We need him. He needs to come here.
Uti Umfundo. It's a big statement for him, Umanqobo, to say Spaza died because he stopped making music. I don't really think it's general fact. It's his opinion or his fact. Yeah.
That's fair enough.
That's fair. I mean, DAT said this Spaza Sibulewe Ngmanez. Yabon? Ngomanez. Ulanduza said Sibulewe fans. I mean, people are saying different things about who killed the Spaza or what happened to Spaza. You see what I did there?
I guess we'll never know the answer.
This is now. You should have been there when I was asked. So have you quickly interview? Have you now gotten the answer to what happened to Spaza? Do you guys feel we have the answer to what happened to Spaza? Comment on the.
Yeah, they should comment there on this episode, you know. But probably 93%.
Yeah.
Khona nje.
Comment, guys.
Maybe there's something I want to hear and that will conclude your form personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see if Nanawa there. I want to read this for you specifically, Bozo. Lay comment. I'm reading it for you. Uti hai Fundi. EP soundtrack. You know good. Yeah. Deto.
Yes. No,
That's
that
for
was
you.
done intentional, you know. That was done intentional so that you know, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
done
joking.
intentional so that so that Nicole along, you know.
We wanted to see if you guys know
Yeah.
and notice ba Aikonai soundtrack. We wanted to see. So shout out to you, Daniel. Shout out to you.
No, but to be honest, there was a technical glitch, man. Payana. We do apologize for the inconvenience caused. There's him like intro
Again, buguzu guys. Yo, I mean,
Mamela.
today.
Naxa selidlala la ephandleni. Yo, even the small one sings it. He knows it.
Oh, okay. See, that's you. I know you can't help but sing along. Yeah. So shout out to C's again for that one. Pin code. Yeah, I know those boys killed it. Let me read one last comment. Sizovala. Let's take it from Uti Philip Libongo. I am so overwhelmed by this interview. I wish this guy can get all the exposure he deserves. I've never listened to your music, but from today I will start to be one of your followers. Shout out to you, Mangob.
Yeah,
Guys, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
you see,
Come on.
I went on as well, to go and listen to long over that he mentioned like his first song. Hey, John, your voice was so tiny. But the flows and the rhythm, he had it, the flows, I'm sure he was like probably 8 years or 9 years man. More the way he sounded, probably years older.
He was older.
But I'm like, oh, this dude, quite context, it was so dope. Like the SMS but like they was so ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Like when by out, calling you remix by it was so dope. I don't know.
That's why I did not. You know when he said as a statement, the best challenge about big statement of him saying that just when he stopped making music, I didn't challenge that because had it been someone else, I would have asked about what did you do for Ispaza to think that, you understand? But I back in them days, I saw Mangoba perform, and I know what would happen when Mangoba would get on stage. So I was okay with him saying that statement.
Do you think he can angaphinda abuye in the game like with that same energy, or will he still get the love that he used to get back in the days? I understand. Like even on the freestyle he did, he does mention go to city okay, say shop, but akalalekile. I know that part is like so depressing and all that. But with younger Latin motivation, do you think he can come back?
You know what, ne? To answer your question, it's very hard to come back from a dark place because literally that's depression. Nje. It's really hard to come back and ubuye the same. You never come back the same. It's either uzobuya different and way better than what you were, but you never come back the same. That I can assure you. I think Ispaza though, seen a potential of being back to what it was and back to where it was. I'm so happy that the podcast has managed to somehow lit the fire, contribute to ukuvusa umlilo futhi. I'm seeing events now being ziyagcwala again, and abantu are doing events, artists are dropping and launching umiculo yabo, and people are attending, and there's videos now, because back in the days we did not even have videos to show how lit it was. And there's sessions OPs or Benzo BU sessions up here kusemakhaza ba Harar. So there's also that. So you see, there's also channels on YouTube which we're not going to mention because we don't subscribe. But shout out to everyone. Essential, we are not competition because I feel like we are all working towards the same goal.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we serve
Coffee.
the
Shout out to
same
you, my boy.
purpose, you know.
Yeah.
When it comes to, because at the end of the day, if you remember back in the days, there was no YouTube channels.
Yeah.
We were showcasing Zongezindo. There was nothing, none of that.
But you know what
now
was
we've
there?
got the resources as well, so we are capable of.
Do you know what was there though? Back in the days, game movement, there was this happening, that happening, this one doing this, this one doing that. There was every some to contribute now, which I feel is starting to happen now.
Yeah.
Because Coffee are doing Saifandos,
It's part of the culture.
that's part of the culture. Pizzo, like we mentioned, is bringing back the sessions. People are launching. So everyone is doing something to bring back Ilanduza into a movement. So I feel Uguti, we can come back, guys. In fact, let's. Why not? And we'll see. Soon enough, we'll have Indawes Fan Renz and OA's booking is bazaar artists because that's what we want. That's what we want.
Because at the end of the day, to be honest, the frustration there to see
it is.
events is like
is.
Even outside of a location, not booking, artists that have, content.
Do you know how awesome it would be for us to go and shoot a episode, a podcast, a Renz, while we perform artists this buzz? How awesome would that be?
Let's manifest. It shall happen.
Universe, we are sending this one to you, man. But what an episode. Man. I mean, I said when I was posting so many emotions in one interview. Like at one point, I was laughing my ass off. At some point, I was frustrated for him. I was mad. I was emotional. It was so many emotions in one interview because that's what Umangnoba gave me. And that's what happened to Spaza is about, because the journeys of as artists are supposed to give you that. We're supposed to get all of those emotions. Yeah, all of those, especially if you are saying your journey was not good, if your journey was not rosy. And we feel good, not everyone's journey was rosy. So we're supposed to feel zonge as the emotions. So thank you, Mangnoba. Yeah. And hopefully they're going to learn from your interview, yeah?
Definitely. And thank you to everyone that has been watching, from the day ones to the new subbies. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, man, you guys
I had to force
really
them.
motivating us, Yeah, I think we need to try
guys, subscribe
guerrilla marketing, make sure ukuthi abantu are in their face.
Subscribe, guys. You know what? You
goes.
guys subscribing and us getting more numbers would probably even motivate us to do more than just 1 hour.
Yeah.
Because now it's like we're gonna put on more work for your subscribers. Please subscribe and like and comment. We really appreciate. We read all of your comments. We reply. We like. We whatever it is that we can do. Reactor, no reactor on some of you clicking and subscribe those and your comments is very special and very appreciated. Do not stop. And let's talk about this. Hashtag what happened to Spaza.
As release these events, support them. You know.
It's
all about the culture.
Shout out to every artist, by the way, who has been here. Season 2 has been far by far. Yes, Silungu, Mangnoba. Tennis lungs. Yes, that's Silungu. That's I was saying, season 2 has by far been the best. So I'm looking forward to season 3.
Yeah.
And yes, the people that you have requested, luckily, abanye bavumile. So we're gonna shoot people. Don't worry, this is our shoot test, and we're gonna tell you Babakon. Also, we got word from a Backyard crew. Backyard said they're not declining, but they're not ready to come yet. Ne? So because they need to regroup. Remember, guys, they went through an ordeal as a crew, losing 2 members, at one time. It was in Otil. Yes, it was a while back, but Oksalai, you can never put a time frame on losing a loved one. Trust me on that one. I've been through it. You can never put a time frame on that. So I understand them fully. And also, I've lost with them because I worked with them very closely. So I'm going to give them all the time they need. So all that they wanted is that they said, in fact, when they want to come to the podcast, and they will, but they just ask for more time because they are still regrouping, man. Because they had so much time apart as a group, so they just need to regroup, connect as backyard crew again, and then give people backyard crew. Because now I feel it wouldn't be fair to bring them on if they are still disconnected somehow. Yeah, well? So yeah, backyard crew is definitely coming. That's the only one I'm going to confirm. Abanye, you're going to have to subscribe and watch to see if Bayeza Oganya Baz.
Don't forget to press that notification button so that you can get a reminder whenever we upload a new episode.
And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in on this episode of The Reaction. I am Fundi Ntshwanti, and we'll see you on the next episode and probably the next season. God bless. Thank you. We love you. Subscribe.
Yeah. Telling me now, telling me what I want up in the streets. Me live me life and me not stress.